All right, our second game for this week is The Price is Right. If you're watching on YouTube, you might have noticed that Kush and I have done a quick switcheroo. Manu was getting sick and tired of sitting next to me, so
Sen was too stinky.
yeah, exactly. I kept touching him. That's why.
Jesus Christ. I don't think anyone needed that explanation.
We'll be honest with the listeners.
So a few weeks ago, we looked at, for lack of a better word, some of the most Darrow houses in Sydney. Some
shockers, some absolute shockers that Ro and I did not believe.
So we went through that. That was a bit of fun. And now, during the week, the RBA put up the interest rates again. So we thought, you know what, let's revisit this, But instead of looking at Darrow houses, let's go all the way on the other side of the spectrum and look at perhaps some of the most extravagant and nicest houses on the Sydney market. I'm going to go through these 5 houses and you're going to tell me how much you think these houses were sold for.
Mm-hmm. Sold for? That's huge. That is a huge claim.
All right, house number 1. Some beautiful photos there in front of you. Let's talk us through what you guys see. So
if you're on the YouTube, you'll see the photos up on screen. Unlucky Kush.
So first one is a beautiful little alcove, a little cushion there, a little seating, and you can see in through the window there's water. So immediately, boys, this is going to be fucking expensive.
It's a beautiful, beautiful look at the ocean. It's like Dunkirk without the war, That's what it's like.
Are those boats I see on the water?
Boats as well on
fucking
the water.
Boats, not just a beach. It's boats, bro.
So this is, it's near the harbour somewhere on the bay.
We know this is also owned by potentially a 70-year-old woman. I mean, look at that little cat dressed up there, Mig. Did you see that?
That decor, man.
Yeah, look at that. Little Timmy the cat, dressed in a pink.
Tim the cat man.
So next photo, we got a massive grand piano in the middle of a room.
Oh, my Lord.
Look how shiny the floorboards are. You can literally see the reflection of the bookcase. Probably the piano never been played, most likely. Probably there just for show.
I reckon that book collection is worth more than my house. I don't know how and I don't know why, but it's just giving me that vibe, man.
The piano as well looks pretty exy. So, everything I'm getting from these photos is just class. It just oozes class.
Beautiful setup set of the piano. The window just behind it, chandelier on top.
Correct.
Just class.
It's so rich they have a room just for the piano.
Yeah.
Like normally the piano is with a couple things. I have a piano in my house, but it's also in like the dining area.
Yeah.
It's mix and match. This is a piano room.
A specific piano room. Next up, we got a smallish dining area.
Smallish then.
Smallish.
Depth perception playing to you, Sen.
I reckon, all right, if you see the photo, look, the table looks small in the room, but I reckon that table's massive.
Yeah, you know what? I realize you're right. It is the depth perception. That table's probably about 4 meters long.
Oh, absolutely. And there's not just one table. There's multiple tables. There's one far back outside.
So there's a balcony there as well. And there's another dining table in the balcony. And again, another views of the harbour, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 more pictures. So the fourth one is the... So the boys have already reacted. The outside facade of this house. It's got a beautiful olden style house. Couple of levels. A couple of balconies as well. It's got, I think you call those the Juliet balcony.
Brother, I don't know. I'm not on the tax bracket. I don't know the word.
3 stories, it looks like, right? From what I can tell.
3 from as far as I can tell as well. Wow, and then the final one. So you walk down your front yard, you open the gate, and there you go. You just got a beach right in front of your house. You got a beach that goes into the ocean, and you got some boats there.
Wow, so I can literally, if I've got myself a little private boat, I can just give it a little shove.
Yeah.
And off it goes to the sand and into the waters.
Exactly.
Wow.
So boys, this house is in Point Piper.
Oh my God.
So traditionally known as the most expensive suburb in Australia, not even just Sydney, in Australia. And this house has 7 bedrooms. And it was sold a couple of years ago. So, boys, based on those photos and that information I've given you, how much do you think this house was sold for?
This house must be an insane price, Kush.
I mean, look, even the Victorian little architecture, very old school. You've got ceiling fans. You've got hedges trimmed to perfection. You know for a fact 70-year-old Jerry's not doing that. So there's someone there helping out.
This house was built in 1863. Like I said, 7 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and it's even got stables at the back.
Stables!
For horses.
Stables.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Alrighty, boys. I'm going to need some prices. And while you write that, I'm going to give you one last bit of information. It's 6,986 square meters on the water.
Kush, how many square meters is your property?
I'm not going to divulge that, but...
in an approximate ratio.
I can assure you that this is far bigger than the current land.
Last time we did this, we looked at Darrow houses. They're around what? 1 million? 1.5-ish?
for like 400 to 600 square meters, was it? From memory, it wasn't that much, but I mean, it was actually a lot to be honest. But
So if I do some mathematics, Jesus, this is a lot of zeros.
stables.
It's called stables, boys. For thoroughbreds out the back. You know, you might have, you know, a clothesline, a nice little pumpkin patch, maybe some tomatoes. These guys have freaking houses for their horses.
Right, it's the snobby shores of Sydney. That's what it is.
Literally snobby, man. The house is so wide, just like the owners.
All right, boys. I'm going to need an answer.
Kush, you go first.
I've got one. I've gone big. 23.7 million is what I have gone for.
All right.
I think I've gone too low. I've gone 18 million.
Boys, you are horrendous at this. This sold for $71 million.
Oh, bro, how much money do fuckers have? 71.
This is, to be fair, this is one of the most expensive
I don't
houses
care.
ever in Sydney.
71.
The buyer was Scott Farquhar, one of the co-founders of Atlassian.
Lord Farquhar? What? He's my property in Sydney.
So, boys, every time you raise a Jira ticket, another bedroom gets added to this mansion. So just remember that.
71.
That's actually outrageous.
Serious.
You always think about like the top 1% of
Dude,
the 1%.
this is the top 0.001% of Australia.
People out. How do you even get $71 million, dude? Far
I'm
out.
struggling to get fucking 7.1K, man. Let
Yeah,
alone
$71, brother.
All
Far
right.
out.
Well, actually, we were playing closest to. So Kush technically was the closest. He was only off by 50 million.
I'll take it. I'll take that win.
This is ridiculous. Is this the standard, Sen?
Yeah, this would be on the higher end of the house
All right,
that I've shown
all
you.
right.
So this is one of the more expensive ones.
I don't know how to play this week. This
Neither
is
do
blown,
I. This
blown
is-
out my expectations.
All right, on to house number 2, boys.
Oh, wow.
Let's look through the photos first, and then I'll give you a bit of information which might, sway how you price this house. So beautiful 2-story house from the looks of it. Green. Thoughts on that green?
I don't mind it.
It goes well with the surroundings.
Yeah, I was about to say a nice freshly mowed lawn, couple of trees, hedges there. It works well.
Looks
Looks
very
well.
nice, I will say.
This whole house looks straight out of a fairy tale. Like genuinely.
It looks like a cubby house, like a tree house sort of thing.
But like a million times size.
All right, that second photo I've given you shows you just the size of the land. So it extends a bit far behind the house, and it includes. See, this is the part I don't understand. It somehow includes a little bit of waterfront. I didn't know you could own water. I know you can own like a little jetty, but I didn't know you could own the physical water itself.
Well, they're owning a pool and then the water of the harbour.
So there is a beautiful pool there.
It's like a parking space,
Yeah,
dude.
three boat spaces?
Yeah, the boats don't come with the house. I just want to say that. The boats don't come with the house.
It looks like they own like a full field soccer pitch, man. It's like genuinely, or is that like 3 tennis courts or something?
Yeah, it is. It is quite a hefty piece of land. All right, the third photo. So, boys, this is actually a boat shed. A boat shed that they've renovated into a house. So if you look at that third photo, that's why it's all rustic and wooden inside, because it used to be a boat shed. It's a 2-story boat shed.
Got ourselves little swans, you know.
So there's some swan
Are there
floaties in there.
inflatable swans
Do they
included?
come with the house, brother?
It does come with the house.
Yes.
So it bumps up the
sir.
price.
And then the last 2 photos is the upstairs area of this house. We've got a living room, a dining room, and then a
Whoa.
balcony that overlooks the water as well.
Look at the high
And a
ceiling
kitchen.
set.
And it's a nice ceiling. It's like one of those, you remember in Harry Potter, the tent that's really
Yeah,
massive on the inside? It
yeah.
looks like that. That's what this reminds me of.
Where is this property setting?
So this one is also in Point Piper, another very, very rich suburb of Sydney. It's on 2,000 square meters of harbourside land. So very, very expensive land.
Land and water.
Land and water.
It's considerably less in terms of land
Size, correct. And it is a smaller house.
Yeah.
And there is less bedrooms and less bathrooms.
All right. I'm going to lock in a number.
All right, I'm going to need an answer, boys.
All right. I can start off again here. I'm going to go with $27.4 million.
All right. I think I've overdone it. I've gone for the same amount that Arsenal bid for Luis Suarez back in the day, $50 million and $1.
All right, Migs, you've gone for what Arsenal bid for Luis Suarez. Unfortunately, you got the amount wrong. If you did get the amount right, you'd be absolutely spot on, because this house went for $40 million,
Wow.
which is what Arsenal bid for Luis
Was
Suarez.
it 40? I thought it was 50.
It was
Wow.
40 million and £1. So this house was 40 million, boys.
I'm about to say reasonable, but it just isn't reasonable.
Reasonable?
Like
In
relative
what world
to-
is this reasonable?
Well, to the first one,
Well,
70.
I mean, think about it. Luis Suarez is 40 million. He's one guy.
Exactly, bro. Kush's favorite Uruguayan striker of all time, mate. I think I was closer on that one.
Manu was closer on that one, only off by 10 million this time. So that is At least a lot better than the 50 million that Kush was off by. So it's a 1-1 now.
1-1 Kush.
All right, we'll move on to the third house here. So this one is a bit of a old school style house here. So this first photo, Kush, what's your thoughts?
This rug, man.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say something about the rug.
It's a beautiful looking rug. Like I like it, man. I really like that.
You're in a
rug.
Persian rug sort of guy,
Dude,
Sen?
it's hideous.
I think it complements the whites very nicely, to be honest.
Hey?
Hey, hang on.
I mean, look, you got chandeliers. I can see a snippet of the backyard again. Long couches. There's 2 sets of couches here. It's like
Dude,
2 living rooms.
This is how big this living room is, that it's actually 2 living rooms. Like if you're on one side, you can't hear the conversation on the other side.
Any danger of a TV here would be nice, but
They're too busy planning how to, keep the poor people away, and how to set policies for the next few years.
TV's too many tax brackets too low, mate.
You're
So
right,
there
you're
is a
right.
painting there. This looks like this should be the painting.
Yeah, these guys don't need a TV, Kush. They own TV stations. All right, next photo. We got a dining room. Again, I think a bit of depth perception here because I was going to say it's a small dining room, but based on the last photo, this is probably about 300 square meters alone, this dining room.
what?
The arches, bro.
I was about to say, are they going to overlook a gladiator fight?
Yeah,
with
I was
these
going to
arches,
say, you
bro?
got some beautiful Roman, aqueducts out there.
We're at the Colosseum.
You got the Colosseum kind of vibes on the outside.
They love a rug, hey? They love a rug.
The rug? So I don't know who owns this house, but they're clearly either Persian or about 80 years old because these rugs are very, very outdated. Also, that cabinet in the back looks, again, from the 1800s. Moving on to the third photo. Now it looks a bit more modern. So the bedroom, pretty big bedroom from the looks of it. And for some reason, they got couches at the end of their bedroom.
Very poor use of space with those couches. Why are they
Yeah.
there?
Who the fuck is sitting? What is that? That's a TV.
Yeah.
That TV is a box, bro, from the 1950s.
So these
They've
photos are a bit old.
They've spunked all their money on the house and they've gotten some fucking TV off the side of the street, mate. Then 2 couches we probably were tossing up on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, I don't know why. Well, firstly, why would you watch TV at that angle, mate? You're gonna damage your neck with that, and also those couches are chat.
13 to 14 drawers by the looks in that. What the hell,
Plenty of
man?
space, man. It's a big room.
One's for the left socks, one's for the right socks,
And
man.
actually, boys, if you look all the way in the back of the photo through the window, you get a beautiful views of Sydney's city skyline.
See a
Imagine
little-
waking up to that every morning. You wake up, bang, Centrepoint Tower just outside your window. So that should tell you again.
And then you can watch 7 News on their 480p TV, man.
All right, and then the last 2 photos.
Oh.
So this first photo is a swimming pool, and we got those beautiful arches again. So it's a European style house. This one, very modern exterior. Got maybe a bit of Spanish influence there.
Yeah, you know what I'm coming to realize, Sam? Once you see the outside and like all this inside, this looks right for someone to make a Black Ops zombie map. Like, there's just so
Really?
much space that you could train zombies around the area. You know, little Easter eggs touched in here and there. But
I
my
was seeing the
God.
opposite. Like the last 2 photos, this looks like Game of Thrones, like Dawn. You know, the Martells. This is where they live. So a bit about this house, boys. 6 bedrooms, underground parking for 20 cars, vast entertaining spaces, 2 self-contained staff quarters. So the people who work in your house have their own house, which is probably bigger than our houses combined. And then you have a lap pool. So boys, what are we saying for this?
A lap pool. The pool is big enough you can do fucking Olympic laps, Kush.
Staff quarters, bro. We're past this age, man.
I thought that was illegal, bro.
This doesn't seem right, dude.
They're not, okay, let me just say that they're fully paid employees. They're not slaves. Let me just say that right now.
With decor like that, I'm telling you, that might be.
It's
man.
not butlers, it's not Jeeves coming out of nowhere, or Alfred.
A Downton Abbey.
Yeah,
Sydney
Downton
edition,
Abbey.
bro.
This 20-car garage.
And it's 3,345 square meters.
Do we know where it is, Sen?
It is in Vaucluse.
There we go. That's rated number 1.
No boat spaces though.
No boat space. So this is not a waterfront property. This is, it's close to water, but not on the water.
Shame you'll just have to drive your boat down, take one of your 20 car spaces.
Yeah,
and then-
one of the-
You have a whole fucking Wilson parking downstairs, bro. Like, seriously, do I have to book online to get a spot at this guy's house? Seriously.
All right, Migs, let's hear yours
Yeah,
first.
so
I
boys,
don't have one yet.
What are we saying? Give me a price for this.
I am going with this price, and this price will be off, but it's what I'm going for, and it is 35 million Australian dollars.
Migs has gone 35 million. Kush.
I've gone up 52.3
I feel like it is up.
million.
Very good, Kush. It was 70 million.
I knew it. Why'd I go down, bro?
This one was owned by James Packer from Crown Casinos. So
Says a lot.
there's a lot.
Says a lot. Money laundering.
All right, so Kush is up 2-1. 2 more to go, boys.
Damn, I'm so off with these, dude.
There's no like rhyme or reason to this. I feel
Nah.
like, there just isn't.
You just put a big number and hope for the best, really. Cushy 2-1. You might actually beat me at a game.
Oh,
And lo and behold, it's real estate. Very pricey real estate at that, Kush. Wow.
Shame it's not been counted towards the challenge. Oh, shame.
We've got our own real estate mogul here. So, boys, next one. So, first photo. It's a beautiful, massive bedroom. There's a couch again at the end of the bedroom. Maybe this is a rich.
Is this a rich man thing to
I
have a
think it
couch?
is a rich person thing to have a couch at the end of your bedroom.
What are you going to use it for?
I don't know. It's where you probably get peasants to come in and you torture them on this couch. Who knows? Who knows what you do here? And then you have a little balcony out there as well. There looks to be some seating, some tables. Moving on to the second and third photo. So the second one looks like,
What is this room?
I think this is the bathroom, boys.
Dude, seriously.
Dude, it looks like a literal palace. It's like
I was going to say, it looks like Venetian in like
Yeah.
Las Vegas type vibe. You get the penthouse, this is what you get.
dude, I'm pretty sure the sink is like solid gold or some
A
shit.
gold plated 2 as well.
There's two. There's literally 2 sinks facing each other.
And it looks like if you go further down this room, there's probably 2 gold toilets facing each other as well.
I wouldn't be surprised. On to the third photo. This is a walk-in wardrobe, boys. Wow. Dude, the bin is gold. That's how rich this house is.
How many clothes could you fit in here, man?
Okay, this has to be like Saul Goodman era kind of thing. Like this is exactly how his house looked like in
Really?
Breaking Bad, man. This guy has to be money laundering.
What do we think about the decor in general, though? Is it a bit tacky?
It's a bit stinky, I would say. Not my type of aesthetic.
It gives me like Arab oil sheikh vibes from this, like something
Yeah.
you'd see in Dubai or Abu Dhabi.
It's giving me, you have so much money, you don't know what to do with it, so you just bought expensive things and put them together.
Yeah, I agree with that. On to the final 3 photos. So we got 4. Look at this pool, boys.
Pool is fantastic.
Little
And it-
steps for your entrance to the pool.
You
where
got a
begin your
pool, and
laps.
the pool overlooks more water. That's how you know this is rich. There's water squared here. There's a little beautiful, I don't know what that is off to the side, but
There's
there's
that
like
arch looking thing.
there's an arch looking. Anytime you see arches or water, I know it's going to be expensive. And then final 2 photos. Look at this staircase. And again, like we said with the other house, this piano has its own room,
In the grand hall room, man.
and then there's a massive statue. But I don't know. This house doesn't seem lived in. There's no love in this house. Seems like a display home.
yeah, it seems like one of those you'll find on YouTube, like inside Sydney's most expensive house or something.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
they walk
yeah.
through it, but there's no
warmth here.
it's a house, not a home.
Oh, beautiful. But that staircase is very nice. I'll say that. It looks like one of the staircase in like Hogwarts that starts randomly moving around. And then the final photo there is just to show you the location of it.
Oh, it looks a little secluded.
Looks secluded, and you got your own private waterfront, beachfront there, and a jetty. So, boys, a bit of information about this house. Also in Vaucluse. The house is called Phoenix Acres.
Oh,
If a house has a name, that I'm surprised.
6 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, a tennis court, a conservatory, a 28-meter pool with a his and hers change room, a library, a gym, and even an English-style pub.
A fucking pub!
This is a community in and of itself.
Whose house has a pub?
a library, bro.
What's a conservatory, bro? What? I don't even know what that is.
Is that like with a telescope and shit where you
Yeah.
can look?
I thought those are the people that vote right. Fucking hell, dude. This says everything, man.
So it's 3,731 square meters with 81 meters of water frontage with a private boathouse and jetty facilities and views of the harbour bridge and city skyline.
Oh my days.
Fucking hell.
This is ridiculous. Who needs a library, man, bro?
Dude, it's got its own pub.
Dude,
Go down to the boozer. Let me just go down to my backyard. Got a library, a gym, a tennis court, and they got their own change room.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. You live in this house. You don't need a change room, bro. You can change anywhere. Seriously.
All right, boys, I'm going to need some prices.
All right. I'll start us off. I've gone big. 71.5 million is what I have gone for.
You've gone big, but I've gone bigger. Call me Jack Grealish to Man City. I've gone $100 million.
100 million.
This is outrageous, bro. The amount of rooms in this place, the fact it has a name, the jetty, it's everything.
This one, boys, was only $67 million.
bargain. Oh, it's a bargain. Let's go
This
get
is
it.
actually pretty.
Yeah, comparing like the first one to this,
Yeah.
it's not bad.
That's good value for 67. Dare I say, this is a steal at 67
It's
million.
a big steal, man.
Now, if I was exploiting mining, I might consider this as a property.
All right, so Kush, you get another point there.
Wow.
Currently 3-1.
He's won.
You've won the game, but let's just play for one more anyway, for a bit of fun. Final round and final house, boys. This one is an interesting one. We'll go through the photos and then I'll give you a bit of details because you might notice something about these photos. So the very first one, it's got views of the Harbour Bridge, but it's aerial views. So we're high up here.
This is what I think it is, Sen.
It is probably what you're thinking it is. No, it's not that one. It's the one next to it. I know what you're thinking. It's the one next to it. So there's some beautiful couches here and basically, panoramic views of Darling Harbour.
It's all windows.
It's all windows,
That
which
is
terrifies
unreal.
me.
It does. Scatter Heights.
Look at the little champagne places on the right.
Yeah,
Already
exactly.
on ice.
Already on
Wow.
ice. So you can see all of Sydney's, icons. You got the Harbour Bridge, the Opera House, and Luna Park
North Sydney. Wow.
from your living room, essentially. Next photo, you got same view, but slightly to the right. Look at that kitchen, boys.
Brother.
Beautiful marble bench, and you got some wonderful kitchen appliances, a built-in oven and microwave. And look at look at that. Imagine having dinner at your dining table and you're just overlooking the harbour.
I can't even tell what kind of fruit that is, man, on the bowl. That looks like exclusive fruit for this property. That's all I can say.
Third photo, similar theme here. So beautiful bedroom. Doesn't look that big. Looks a bit small.
Mate, forget the size. Just turn your head to the right when you wake up.
Literally, the moment you open your eyes, Harbour Bridge.
Holy shit.
Like I can't explain to the listeners how, like when you think of Australia, not even Sydney, when you think of Australia, the most iconic thing when someone says Australia to you is Sydney Harbour Bridge and Sydney Harbour. So imagine having that outside your window every single day.
Also, if you're listening on like Spotify, I implore you
Yeah.
to go on YouTube and look at these photos. This is insane.
All right. Fourth photo, we have, I guess, like a casual room.
You got Wes Anderson over here. Very symmetrical.
Yeah, you got like freaking trees in here. You got eucalyptus trees in here. You got 4 couches, maybe a bookshelf as well. Probably who knows if anyone will ever use this bookshelf, but it's a massive room. Looks like a very tall ceiling as well. Very nice room. And then finally, I think this is the formal dining area.
What
Looks
the
like
fuck?
Looks like something out of Parasite. Like a beautiful dining
They've
room.
got like lights underneath the marble kitchen top. Like,
Yeah.
that is wow.
So, boys, something about this. So, this is one Darling Harbour. It is set to be open in 2023.
Oh.
I walked past it yesterday because it's near my building. And I can tell you right now, there's no danger of this opening in 2023. They are still building this. But this is the penthouse suite of that building. And so, like I said, it's not open yet, but this was actually sold 5 years ago. So they've bought it 5 years ago based on these photos. So these aren't actual photos of the building yet. These are just artist impressions of what they think the building will look like. So this
Right.
person bought it based on potential and these photos.
You know what I say? Invest in potential.
So this penthouse is called the Sky Home. It takes up 670 square meters. You're 68 floors up.
68.
68 floors
Jesus.
up. And you have your own private entrance and your own private lobby. So you can bring your own guests into their own private lobby.
Bruh.
And I ain't talking about Fortnite or COD.
You can squat up, bro. A private entrance, man.
You get
You
your
know how
own-
outrageous that is?
You get your own private rooftop terrace as well and your own private swimming pool.
There's a whole lot of privacy in this.
There's a
penthouse.
whole lot. And you get your own balcony. So the terrace is 110 square meters on its own.
Woo.
Enough room for an alfresco dinner or an evening party.
Look, I can only base it on one frame, here, and that's the penthouse in GTA, which obviously has very similar privacy lobbies, etc. So Los Santos is obviously a lot cheaper, but
What, are you buying it in RP?
yeah, that's right. But
Let me give you just
Okay.
a few more details. Few more. Just
All right.
entertain me for a second. So in total, with your entire area involved, so the outside area, inside area, it's 1,600 square meters, 9 bedrooms, a rooftop pool, and 8-meter high ceilings.
geez, 8 meters. It's like 3 or 4 LeBron
And it's a
James. bro.
2-story penthouse. A 2-story penthouse.
2-story penthouse.
Yeah,
Overlooking dare I suggest, the most iconic harbor in the world and one of the most iconic places in the world. So, boys, what are we saying? I'm going to need some figures here.
I'm going to go big figures, Sen.
All right, Kush.
$103 million is what I'm going for.
And remember, this guy paid this 5 years ago before it was even built.
Yep.
$105 million.
Oh, we've gone exceptionally close to one another.
Boys, this is the most expensive home ever in Australia's history. $140 million.
140 on artist impressions, bro.
That is...
You can't even visit the home and you've put 140 million down.
Do we know who bought it? Like, it must be someone...
This has to be like famous, dude.
The private buyer. They haven't said who it is.
How can you be private with that much money, bro? What?
$140 million.
So, boys, this is what Sydney's housing market is.
Jeez.
This is what we're competing with. You can either pay, $2 million for a Darrow house or $140 million for a house that isn't even built.
Speechless. I really am.
Well, Kush, Samani, you got a point there. So it's 2 points to you, but Kush, you are the winner. Congratulations.
Thank
First
you.
game you've won in a while.
Yeah, that is true.
3-2. Well done. And looks like you know your houses.